All right, so I got to do this whole stack of paperwork. I'm gonna not overwhelm myself, but it is the basic information page, the background questions, assets and vehicles, and if you own anything else, and household items, clothing, jewelry, furs, all that stuff, tax return, paperwork, child support. I don't even get child support. That's another story for another day. Whatever. I've survived this long without it. God will make a way. Household expenses. And then, of course, the favorite part is the debts and unsecured debts, regular debts, and I thought there was another debt paper. All that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and work on that. Do that. And then I've been working on my planner, so I'm gonna work on this, set some deadlines for myself, and I have my iPad and stuff. I'm gonna work on this for about an hour. I'm not going to overwhelm myself with everything because I don't want to get frustrated with myself and overwhelmed. I'm just being intentional with spending an hour max per day until I get everything that I need. So yeah. Hey y'all, so I just got done talking with my attorney. Now I decided that I'm just going to enjoy this experience. It's going to be hard, but I need to enjoy this experience of getting ready to feel free. Yeah. I ran the numbers with my attorney. We looked at all my finances and stuff like that. And even though he only wants like 6 months of stuff, I showed him everything that I paid for the past 10 plus years. And for whatever was owed, I paid it off at least 5 times over for everything. The interest is just crazy, out of the roof. And yeah, so now I have to sit here and write some things down. I have a to-do list as well of things that I need to take care of, and I got some gel pens. I got some pens, so hopefully it will make me happy. Yeah. Funny thing is this, like, I had to really catch myself because the other day I was going to make a purchase on Amazon and I was so sleepy, so tired, and I kept saying I'm gonna go ahead and make this purchase so it would be here, in the morning. I didn't make it, and it's weird because it was literally like a budgeting book. Like, I can afford a budgeting book out of my account, but I had a credit card attached to it. And I kept like going to the card section to delete my credit card off and put my debit card on there. And I kept falling asleep. And I was just like, you know how like you got your phone, you're tired, you're trying to do something. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't add my debit card on there. I needed to really just write down a couple of things that I need to help me stay on track. I know I need to get a budgeting book. I did buy a template before on Excel, and it's on my iPad. I think it's on iPad and my laptop. But I am going to buy that book, but I don't know. I just don't know why my debit card is not on there. But neither here nor there. Yeah. It's still early in the morning. It's about, what time is it? It's only 7. It's 7:45. That's early. I had an early call because he's out of the area, out of town, and he's on a different time zone. So he's up. I guess he's playing like catch up, or not. He's trying to stay afloat with his business, but he was on vacation. So he was like, "Hey, I know we are due to talk. I'm out of the area. I can talk to you early if you're up to it. So yeah, I'm fine with it. So I gotta I gotta take care of some things. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes starting over isn't about changing everything. It's about finding yourself. I'm 40 years old. I've made mistakes. I've helped others more than I've helped myself. And now I'm rebuilding. Not in shame, but in softness, beauty, and honesty. This is my journey through chapter 7, self-care and becoming whole again. One step, one lip gloss, one day at a time. I want to be really clear about something. I'm not just filing just for the sake of it. I'm filing because I need to end this situation. I'm not filing because I was irresponsible or careless. The truth is, I've helped a lot of people, family, friends, situations that pulled in my heart. And I said yes. At the end of the day, my name was on the dotted line and financially I was responsible. Even though my intentions were good, I ended up carrying the weight for everyone else. For years, I've been robbing Peter to pay Paul, trying to make it all work, trying to stay afloat. And you know what? I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. Filing chapter 7 isn't me giving up. It's me choosing to breathe again. It's me saying, enough. Nobody came to save me, and I had to realize I can't pour from my empty cup anymore. So this time around, I'm doing me. I'm rebuilding my peace, my finances, my confidence, and my sense of self. And I'm doing it beautifully, even if it's messy sometimes. I'm sharing this because I know someone else is out there struggling silently, thinking they're the only one. You're not. Starting over doesn't make you a failure. It makes you brave. Yeah, brave. For the naysayers, I'm being brave. I don't care. So welcome to my journey. This isn't about shame. This is about freedom, financial freedom, emotional freedom, and becoming the woman I was meant to be. So these next few months, I know I'll be incomplete. I would feel incomplete. I had to just sit in that for a second. I'm going to definitely feel incomplete. But then I have to change my way of thinking. For the next few months, I'm actually going to be in a completely different headspace. I'm going to be dealing with emotions, resentment, guilt, and honestly, I'm going to try to just adjust the best way that I can. I prayed for miracles so many times. God has always made a way for me financially. However, digging myself into a hole, I never thought that I would get here. I thought about this multiple times for the past couple of years, but now enough is enough. I've used to be paying everything on time. I never missed any payments. Getting those phone calls from creditors is going to be tough. It's really not who I am. I like to keep mine in the bargain. But it's part of this process, and I have to remind myself that this is all temporary. And yeah, holidays are coming up. And that part may sting a little bit because we all so used to giving, buying, and doing for others. But this year, I have to give myself grace. I have to breathe. I have to stop the bleeding. I got to do this for me. As long as I have health, my strength, and peace of mind, I know I'll be okay. I'm going to be putting my phone on focus mode, ignoring the stress, and probably not checking my regular physical snail mail as much, just to protect my peace. I might even get a few new emails, addresses, just to start completely fresh. I feel like a fresh start is best. This time around, again, I have to choose me. I know I'm going to be dealing with some things that I need to really do away with, not using credit cards, not being so free to just say, oh, put it on my card and just pay it off immediately. I need to really focus on just staying still for the next 90 days because I am this time around finally choosing me. It feels weird choosing me. I'm just used to just making sure everybody else is okay. And I realized over the past couple of years that I have suffered mentally, physically, emotionally. There's so many other things that I'm going to talk about in the months coming, but I can say this, I'm just ready to have good, restful sleep at night. I'm ready to enjoy being outside. I'm ready and so excited to not have to worry about making a payment knowing that it's not even going to go to the actual balance. It's going to be eaten up by the interest. I'm just ready to choose me. I'm ready to have a well balanced feeling of freedom. I'm ready just to move one foot in front of the other. I'm ready to face the music. I'm just ready to be happy. I'm ready just to have money in my account. Like I have a really great job and I'm just ready to work my savings back up. I'm excited. There are some things that I want to achieve. I have some concerns like, am I going to be able to move? When my lease is up, I desire to move back into a home. As far as purchasing a home, I won't be able to for the next 2 years. And I'm actually okay with that because I don't know what's going on with this economy. I'm not even really worried about that right now. I'm just focusing on rebuilding my savings back up. Like, I don't know. It feels weird not having an actual savings. I'm so used to always just having something, stored away. And for me to have to actually deplete that, like, that is so scary. I know that a lot of us were not taught the importance of positive, financial habits. And right now, my financial portfolio is it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. There are so many things to talk about, discuss, and to look at when it comes to this. I am just going to have to really be diligent in sticking to this plan. 90 days is going to go by so fast. And I feel like if I can just get through this 90 days, I will be okay. I'm going to just have to write everything down, which is what I'm doing right now, and just sit in it. Like, really just look at it and sit in it. And I'm just going to do the best that I can. I've identified an attorney. There were options to get an attorney or to do it on my own, but I just don't have time. I don't have time to play around with this. So I put myself on a timeline and I must stick with this. I am finally able to get myself to a point to where I can actually work through this. It's never really the right time to file. It's never really the right time to do really anything, I guess, in my honest opinion. But because I played with this idea or toggled it back and forth for so many years, I feel like if I would have went ahead and did this a long time ago, you know what, honestly, let me not even say that. I don't know where my life would be if I would have did this a long time ago when I first thought about it. I didn't want to make a hasty decision when it came to something like this. In all honesty, I wanted to be okay with it. I didn't want it to do it out of frustration or being scared. I'm not even scared. I think initially when I thought about doing this, I was scared. I was really, 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 really stressed out. And I was actually a new mom. And now that my kids are older, there are things that I want to do for myself and for my children. And I see us in a different, setting. And in order for me to make those things happen, I need to take care of this first so that we can continue to have a well-balanced life. I realized that for the past couple of years, I was operating in a robotic mode, and because I was in a fight or flight mode when it came to finances. And finances have actually put a damper on me as an individual, to where I did take care of my children, but I was not taking care of myself. I did the bare freaking minimum when it came to myself. My kids did not suffer however I did, because I would rather make sure that my children were well taken care of financially, mentally, emotionally, and all that good stuff. And then I took care of all the bills, and then whatever was left is I got a portion of whatever was left, if there was anything left, which was close to nothing. I had to make sure that my kids had a home to live in, and that we were in a quiet, safe neighborhood, which is something I'm really big on, because I want and I always want to make sure that my children are comfortable with where they live. It's a safe haven for us all. So, we can go around in circles with that all day if we need be. But um, if you know, you know. And my kids come first. If anybody knows me, my kids come first. They come first. And I have put others first as well too. And that's just me. I'm a nurturer, and that's how I was, that's how I was raised. And I found myself getting really tired and exhausted, and I couldn't figure out what it was until I just sat and just wrote down everything that I did throughout the day, and started looking at my bank accounts, and really just had nothing to show for at the end of each paycheck. Like, one paycheck goes to rent. Y'all know I live in a very expensive state. I live in California. It's very expensive. I may have something over, but all the rest of that money goes like to bills. And then the second check goes to whatever my kids need and to groceries. And then the rest of that goes to bills. And, and necessities for them. So neglecting myself is not something that I want to do anymore. I'm not interested in neglecting myself ever again. Yeah, I get my nails done. Okay, I just started doing that the past year or so, started getting my nails done. That's like a form of self-care for me, but I genuinely want to be happy. I know happiness starts, it's a choice, and it starts, inside. And I have to be very diligent in looking at myself in the mirror every day, speaking life into myself. I speak so much life into my children, but I've neglected myself, working on my own mantra, my own affirmations and stuff like that for myself, because my children are definitely watching me, and I want them to see that their mom is genuinely happy and everything is okay. I usually hid how I felt when it came to finances from them, because they're little, very, very little, but also I'm teaching them now. Like, my kids get money, they get like an allowance, and they get like birthday money, or people give them money and stuff like that. As soon as they get money, I make my kids take their money and put it in their bank accounts. They both have bank accounts. So my daughter, she's like, every time I get money, I always put it in the bank. I said, yes, saving it. You don't need it. What do you need to buy? So like, I told her, I said, every time when you do buy stuff, you don't get it. Like, last 3 times I let her buy something, it sat in the bag for a while. So I'm also just, teaching her, like, only buy what you need. You really don't need like all this stuff. And they say it's like they say, like, a lot of Black people, it's money always burns in our pocket. I think that's so true, but it's fine. It's all in a balance, and y'all, everything gonna be okay. So I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. But yeah, here's my journey, and that's it. That's all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.